Alright, everybody, welcome back, and I am here with Mage, Paladin, Priest, and I'm going to do Rogue as well. So, let's take a look at the Mage cards. Mage, they got like a bunch of mech synergy that is possible, but it's not really reliable. So let's just take a look at all the different things that they have. Alright, so first one here, we have Spell Queller. Battlecry, if you cast a spell while holding this, discover a spell. Like, just a really, really, really good card. 5-star card. You're going to have spells. This one you're going to be able to activate, and as it you compare it to One Thief. One Thief's a little easier because you only have to combo it, and One Thief's basically a 5-star card. This is a 2/3. It's much better on curve. You could coin this out on turn 1, discover a spell on turn 1 if you wanted with this. Just overall great card. All right, next one we got here, Mecha Shark, 3 stars. 3 mana 4/3. After you summon a mech, deal 3 damage randomly split among all enemies. Okay, so with the Mecha Shark, you need mechs. The problem is, and I've talked about this before, you don't really have that many mechs. You got 2 class mechs in this expansion, but most of the mechs that are available are pretty bad or cards you would not want to pick in Arena. So overall, my problem with this card is not that the effect isn't powerful. It is. It's that I don't think you're going to have the cards necessary to get the effect to go off, especially on curve. Because remember, I actually can't play this on curve. I just brain farted. It's different from Goblin Blast Mage. You can't play this on curve and then expect to have like the mech synergy go off because you have to summon a mech afterwards. All right. Next one here. As Sharon Sweeper, 3 stars. It's 3 mana 3/4. Put a Sunken Sweeper. The Sunken Sweeper is a 3 mana 3/4 that puts 3 random mechs in your hand. So this is okay. You get 3 random cards. Mechs are pretty mediocre. So you get 3 random mediocre cards. You get this. You could potentially go, because it's 3 random mechs, it's not unthinkable that you go this into a Sharon Sweeper, but then you don't have enough dredge to make it work again. So that works that way. So again, good effect. The dredge effect is okay, but not really game breaking. 3 stars. Gifts of Ashara, 2 stars. Draw a card. If you play the Naga while holding this, draw again. I don't think you're going to have Nagas, so it's basically 2 mana, draw 1. That's mediocre. That's 2 stars. If you've got the Nagas, go for it. You get 2 mana Arcane Intellect. That would be better, but overall, just usually 2 stars. Trench Surveyor, 3 stars. Battlecry Dredge, if it's a mech, draw it. It's likely not going to be a mech, so it's basically a Sightless Watcher. So, obviously, the idea is, turn 3, you play a Sharon Sweeper. Turn 4, or turn 5, you Trench Survivor, and you play the Sunken Sweeper. Turn 6, you play Mecha Shark plus the 3 mechs you have randomly from the Sweeper, and you go boom, 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 boom. And then that's good, but that's not like really game breaking, and that's like a lot to have happen. So in Constructed, sure. In Arena, probably not. Seafloor Getaway. Draw a mech, reduce the cost of mechs in your hand by 1 star. Maybe you have a mech, so it's 3 mana, draw 1, and reduce its cost by 1. You aren't going to have other mechs in your hand. Like, again, this is constructed stuff, so I don't think it's going to work. Volcanomancy, 3 stars. Choose a minion. When it dies, deal 3 damage to all other minions. You can put this on the token on your side, and you can just blow up the board. You can put this on the token on the enemy side, and you can blow up the board. 3 damage is a lot, and so there's a lot of things that you can do with this. It's not like like you could theoretically put this on a 1 health minion and then ping it off with your hero power and blow up the board. So overall, I think it's going to be pretty easy to actually get this off. So that's why I'm going 3 stars on it. Sprite Lash Siren, 2 stars. After you play Naga, restore 2 mana crystals, then switch to a spell. You have to play this, then you have to play a Naga, then you need to have a spell that you can take advantage of, then you need to have another Naga. So I don't think that's going to happen. You're not going to have the Nagas to be able to do that. So it's like a 4 mana 2/5. That's bad on 4, but it's still like the low out level, like about a 40 or so. So I just don't think it's going to happen. 2 stars, borderline 1 star. Gaia the Tectonic. Where are you? So I went over this one. 8 mana 5/7. After friendly mech attacks, deal 1 damage to all enemies. So you've got the 2 drills here. So you're guaranteed to deal like 6 damage across it. So you're guaranteed to deal 2 damage to everything, and then 2 other things you can deal 2 damage into. And then obviously, if Gaia attacks itself, then deals 1 damage to all enemies. That's not including mechs you might have in your hand. So this is just absolutely insane. Better Twin Tyrant, 7-star card, like not even a question. And then finally, Commander Savara. If you've cast 3 spells while holding this, add those spells back to your hand. So 4 mana 3/5, that's not bad. That's like basically 2 stars. The effect, it's possible in Mage. I don't think it's likely, but it is possible. They do have random spell generation. So you could get those back. So that's ultimately why I'm 3 stars on this. I don't think it's really reliable enough to guarantee it will happen, but I think overall it's just a decent card. All right, let's go to Paladin. So Paladin, like Mage, they have mech synergy, although they don't have nearly as much, what's the word? They don't have like as much internal class synergy. They're just kind of like good mechs that kind of help each other. All right, going over to cards. First one, not a mech, but a good card. Immortalized in Stone. Summon a 1/2, 2/4, and 4/8 elemental with taunt. More taunt you have, more better. So you get a good number of stats. You get a 6-drop. You get basically 10 mana's worth of stuff for 7 mana, and it all has taunt. And then, so that's really good, and that's why it's a 4-star card. So, Death secretly become mortalized. All right. So I don't think really much needs to be said there. Like 3 bodies plus taunt is really good. All right. C4 Savior. C-Floor Savior, not C4. Battlecry Dredge. If it's a minion, give it this minion's attack and health. So it's basically, it's a 2 mana 2/2. And the minion that you dredge from this gets +2/+2. So you get, so it's basically a 2 mana 4/4 and dredge a card. So that's really good. That's why it's a 4-star card. And obviously there is a little bit of synergy that you can do with this, especially if you have Divine Shield stuff. And we'll get to like one example that would be really good with that later. Bubblebot. Not this though. Battlecry, give your other minions mechs, Divine Shield, and Taunt. So you need mechs. I mean, there's a couple class mechs here. I don't think it's going to be reliable enough. So that's why I'm 2 stars on it. Might be 3 stars if you have the right deck. But I think you need the mech to survive. I just don't think that's going to happen. And 2 stars. Shimmering Sunfish. If you're holding a holy spell, gain Taunt and Divine Shield. Very quickly, let's go over here. Let's go get rid of you. Let's go Spell School. Holy. And Paladin. Paladin has a decent a decent number of holy spells, but not like a lot of them are like mediocre ones. So overall, I think this is not really that reliable that you're going to be holding a holy spell to activate this. I compare this to Lone Champion. Lone Champion is a 2/4 with a much easier to activate effect. And this is a 2/5 with a much harder to activate effect. So I think they are comparable in their overall power level, which is why I say like it's a high 2-star, low 3-star card. Like, and even if it does get the Taunt and Divine Shield, like we know from Lone Champion, a 2/4 Taunt Divine Shield is good, but it's not like game breaking. Adding 1 health isn't really going to change anything. So as I said, only a decent card, like a 2-star card. As Sharon Mooncatcher. So 3 mana 4/2 Divine Shield. That's goody 2 shields. Battlecry. Put a Sunken Mooncatcher on the bottom of your deck. This is a 3 mana 4/2 that summons a copy of this. So you get 3 mana 4/2 Divine Shields. So Obviously, this is a really good card, 4-star card. The idea is probably you do as Sharon Mooncatcher, then later you do Seafloor Savior. So you give the other one the +2/+2 buff, if not more, and then you get like a 6/4 Divine Shield, 3-mana 6/4 Divine Shield twice. So that's probably what the idea is. That's the upside. Realistically, again, I'm down on Dredge. I don't think you're going to have enough to like justify this. And by the point you're actually able to play the double 4/2 Divine Shield, I don't think it's really going to work. Like it's not going to be like game changing or game breaking. So overall, just a 4-star card, mostly for the initial buy. Holy Makiro. Restore 2 health, repeatable this turn, 1-star card. Healing cards, they're mediocre. This one's mediocre as well. It's basically, like we've had cards like this. We know what they do. Witch's Brew. That was never good. This is not going to be good. The Garden's Grace. Give minion 5/5 and Divine Shield. Cost 1 less for each mana used spent on holy spells this game. You really need to get this down to like about 6 mana. So you need to play holy for this to be a good card. And you need to play those holy spells before you play this. So, again, we go back up here to holy spells. Like, what holy spells are you going to play? Consecration, Blessing of Kings, maybe. Immortalized in Stone obviously works incredibly well with this. You need to play 2 of, like, Seal of Champions, or Righteous Defense, or Hold the Bridge. Maybe, like, Vitality Surge is meh. You don't have this. Equality got nerfed for this. So, you see, it's like, there's, like, very few cards that really impacted. And then you have to play those cards before you play this. So for me, I don't think you're going to get that out reliably on turn 6. I think it comes out too late. I think it's the condition, like even though it's throughout the entire game, I think it's just too slow to come out. And that's the reason why I'm 2 stars on this. I don't think it's going to be a thing. Radar Detector. I went 0 stars on this. Scan the bottom 5 of your cards, draw any mechs found this way, then shuffle your deck. So you need mechs, and you need mechs on the bottom of your deck. Maybe if you've got the as Sharon Mooncatcher, you can have this, and you can draw the second Mooncatcher from that, and then you can shuffle your deck. So that's a possibility, and that still makes it a bad card because you're still paying. Like that still makes it bad, right? So overall, it's like you spend 2 mana usually to do nothing, and then shuffle your deck. That's why it's 0 stars. Katori Lightblade. After you cast a holy spell on this, cast it again on another friendly minion. Like it's meant to work with the holy spells that paladins have. So again, can it do something? Sure. Is it going to do something? Probably not. I think it's like a little bit too situational, so I have 2 stars. I could be talked up to 3 stars on it, but I'm just selling it. Alright, and last one, the Leviathan. Where's the Leviathan? So you get a 4/5 and a 4/2. Both have Rush and Divine Shield. So you get to dredge and then draw a card based off of that. So again, Twin Tyrant, but better. And if this lives, you get to do more with that. So overall, again, just like a really, 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 really powerful Colossal Minion. 7 stars, like not even a question that it's an insane card. All right, on to Priest, which has one of the worst sets overall. And here is one of the best cards Priest has. Switcheroo. Draw 2 minions, swap their stats. Okay, so the thing with this is the reason I'm high on this card, or relatively high on this card, is the bullshit factor. And the bullshit factor that you can play this and then you get like a cheap 1 mana thing that has like 7/7 worth of stats is entirely a possibility with this. And then the big thing that doesn't, in that one small thing, getting a massive power boost does a lot more for you winning than the big thing getting a massive power decline. Like it favors you to have this happen, for the small thing to be buffed. So, but it's basically Arcane Intellect that only does minions, so that's why I can't go too high, and that's why 2 stars on that. Illuminate. Dredge, if it's a spell, reduce its cost by 3. This is kind of like a worse preparation that you can't use on this turn. You have to use it on the next turn on a specific card. 1 star, it doesn't actually do anything by itself. Queen's Guard, 3 stars. Over here. Gain +1/+1 for each spell you've cast this game. You can coin this out on turn 1 to get a 1 mana 3/4. Or to get it like a turn 1 3/4. That's obviously really good. You will have some spells where you can use to get this off. Like you do that, there's always this plus Illuminate, and you play a 3/4 on 2 while you get to Dredge, and maybe reduce the cost of a spell by something for this. So overall, it's a 2-drop, which has good upside. That's a 3-star card. Handmaiden, 1-star card. If you've cast 3 spells while holding this, draw 3 cards. Again, I don't think you're going to have 3 spells to cast, so if you don't do it, and you have to cast them while holding this, I don't think that's going to happen, so bad card, 1 star. As Sharon Ritual, 2 stars. So, silence minion, put and summon a copy of it. So, Molten Reflection, except it can work on the enemy minions as well. The Sunken Ritual does the same thing, except you summon 2 copies of it. So, slightly better Molten Reflection, except that it doesn't keep any buffs, which is like a negative at times. So yeah, I can't really be excited about that. 2 stars. Whispers of the Deep, 3 stars. Silence a friendly minion, then deal damage equal to its attack, randomly split across all enemy minions. Silencing your own minion is not really that big of a drawback. The effect, 1 mana to deal like 3 damage or 4 damage across minions, maybe 6, maybe even more. That could be like a really powerful soft removal, AoE or hard removal in the later game. So yeah, I'm high on this card. I think 3 stars. Maybe 4 stars, I'm not sure, but I think it's like around that range. Serpent Wig, 1 star. Give a minion +1/+1. If you've played a Naga while holding this, add a Serpent Wig to your hand. You're not going to have Nagas. Do they have Nagas? Okay, you got like 1 Naga here. So it's a 1 mana 1/1 for a mediocre buff to maybe get a 1 mana 1/1 mediocre buff. I'd rather have something like Explorer's Hat, where you're guaranteed to have the buff continue going. So overall, I just don't think it's worth it. 1 star. Whirlpool, 3 stars. Destroy all minions and all copies of them wherever they are. This doesn't work on death rattles, which means it's worse than Plague of Death. The flick effect is honestly not really that important in Arena. So overall, it's a 9 mana board clear that you can't really do anything afterwards. So yeah, that's okay. You'll take it, but 3 stars overall. Blackwater Behemoth, the colossal one, 5 stars. So 8/10 lifesteal, that's good. Behemoth's Lure, force a random enemy minion to attack the Blackwater Behemoth. So basically this has kind of, what's the card? I'm trying to think, there was a card like this that like at the end of your turn rushes into a random enemy minion. So again, like that's really good. You can probably kill something with it. It's going to be random. Maybe you can control it, maybe you're not. You get a little bit of lifesteal off of it. The fact that it's not really controllable, the fact that it doesn't really work on the boards, the fact that the Behemoth's Lure is pretty easy to get rid of, and then it has to just be a regular 8/10 minion is But again, good card, 5 stars, but like one of the weaker colossal cards. Finally, Priestess Voyage. Restore an empty mana crystal for each spell you've cast this turn. So maybe you cast, so remember each spell, so not like spell crystals or anything. So if you cast 2 spells and you play this, you get 2 mana back. You'll usually be able to get like 1 mana or 2 mana back, and that's the reason why I have it at 2 stars, I think. Like, I probably should say it's just like 1 star, 0 stars. I'm being a little bit generous, so I think 2 stars. I think there is some potential for this, but it's like a really low 2-star card. And then finally here, I'm going to do Rogue, just to get out of the way, because I'm going to be talking a lot about Shaman. So Rogue is actually pretty easy because a lot of their cards are very, very simple analogs to cards that we already have in the game. Alright, Cutlass Courier. 3 mana 2/5. After hero attacks, draw a pirate. So pirates are actually kind of a thing with the set rotations. If I go here, rogue. Let's see here. Let me get rid of spells here. Let me get rid of holy and we can get rid of spells. Let me go to rogue. And let me go to pirate. I mean, 19 pirates, that's not really that bad. You take a look at the pirates you get. Most of these are cards you want to take, like Buccaneer good, Fillet good, Swashbuckler good, Bloodsail Raider good, Freebooter, the Trawler's good. You could summon another Courier, Glutton, Pufferfist, amazing. I mean, mediocre, legendary, bad, okay, insane, legendaries. So you see, there's enough pirates in there that you'll probably have, like, if each of these is like 0.3, like you have like, this is like 0.9, this is like 1.8, this is like 2.73. So you'll probably have like 3 or 4 pirates per deck in your hand that you will be able to get. So this will draw things. So it's weak stats, but you have the dagger and you can draw things on it and you can target the draw. So that's 3 stars. And again, remember that Gangplank Diver is absolutely insane, and that's a pirate. So yeah, Galaka Glutton, like there are beasts. That's absolutely insane. Pufferfist is insane. So there's a lot of really strong pirates that you can get out of this. Okay, and that's one of the weaker cards for Rogue. Think about how good their set is. Blood in the Water. Deals 3 damage to an enemy minion, summon a 5/5 shark with Rush. The comparison here is Fire Elemental, or old school Fire Elemental. 6/5, deal 3 damage to a minion. So you lose 1 attack, but that 5/5 gets Rush. So that's really comparable to like old school Fire Elemental. The current one, the 6/5 that deals 4 damage, maybe a little bit better. So that's why it's only a 5-star card and not a 6-star card. But it's a great split removal that you'll be happy to take. Alright. Fillet Fighter. 1 mana 3/1, Battlecry, deal 1 damage. The Og Merchants. This is just a better Og Merchant. 3/1, something you have to deal with. It's great for starting combos. It's a pirate for like the mild pirate synergy that there is. Like there's really not much that needs to be set. 4-star card, a very good card. Gone Fishing. One of the weaker dredge cards. It's a 2-star card. The reason for this is basically a worse tracking, because you have to dredge, which lets you find the card you want. Then combo, draw the card. So you're not doing this without the combo. So compared to tracking, we're usually tracking first. And, well, like here, what is Hunter for tracking? So as that tracking here, it's like a borderline 3-star card. This is a worse tracking, so 2-star card. Maybe if you've got something insane to dredge out, it goes up a little bit more. But then you need to combo it, which means you need to play something else, which means whatever you're drawing, you're probably not going to be able to play it this turn. So, yeah. Swift Scale Trickster. 1 star. Battlecry. Your next spell this turn costs 0. So, okay, there is potential for this, but here's the problem. Rogue spells kind of suck. Or like the rogue, here, I got rogue spells. Like, what spells are worth cheating out? Remember, this is a 2/2. So you need at least, to justify this, a 4, if not 5 mana spell to cheat this out. So, what are you going to cheat out? Smokescreen? You're not picking Smokescreen. You really shouldn't be picking Thistletea. Like Sprint, maybe. Blood in the Water, maybe. You're not picking Contraband Strike. As Sharon Vessel, maybe. Assassinate. So you see, there's like a very limited pool, usually rare and above, of cards that you would actually get some value off of this with. So because of that, it's a 1-star card. It's not going to work in Arena. You're not going to take a bad card and play this just to make it a good card. Swordfish, 3 stars. Swordfish, 3 mana 2/3. Mediocre weapon, right? Battlecry, dredge. If it's pirate, give the weapon and the pirate +2 attack. Again, pirates are a thing. You might be able to find that pirate, and you might get a 3 mana 4/3 weapon, which is insane. So, high upside, not reliable, But you do get the dredge off it, so ultimately a decent weapon. 3 stars. Plus always, because plus 3 durability, you could always poison it. Bootstrap Sunken, 7 stars. The best non-colossal card in the set. Combo, put an enemy minion on the bottom of your opponent's deck. Vilespine. Vilespine is a 6-star card. That's a 5 mana 3/4 combo destroy minion. So this is Vilespine with +1 attack, and the effect here, put it on the bottom of your opponent's deck, is effectively not just sap, but sap and it's like a removal and a silence. Because let's say, in theory, your opponent uses a dredge to get their big minion back from the bottom of their deck. They still have to spend a lot of mana to play it again. So this is just completely busted. This is a better Vilespine Slayer. That's all it needs to be said. It's a better Vilespine Slayer. So 7 stars, like not even question. By far the best non-colossal card in the set. Arguably the best card in the set. Like, it might be better than all the colossal cards. So, Sharon Vessel. 5 mana 3/3, summon 2 pirates with stealth. Which, fine. That's like maybe borderline 2 3-star cards. Put a Sunken Vessel. The Sunken Vessel, if you dredge this, you get it immediately, plus you get to draw a card. So it's like basically 0 mana for 2 3/3 pirates. Again, you need to dredge it, which not reliable. So overall, I would say just 3 stars. Crab Toa. Colossal, your Crabtoa claws have +2. So you got 3 Crabtoa claws. 2 of them are minions. So they're 2/1 minions that have rush. So the way it works, you take a claw, you rush it into a minion. You equip a 2/1 claw, which is a weapon. So you get a 4/1 weapon because this is up. So you deal 4 damage to one thing. You have a 4/1 weapon that you can deal damage to another thing or to the face. And then you've got another 2/1 that rushes in, deals another 4 damage. So you've got 12 damage worth of removal on a single turn for 6 mana 6/5. Six mana 6/5. They don't have to update it. Deal 4 damage. Fire Elemental is still a really good card. And this is Fire Elemental, only it deals 8 more damage split across 3 attacks. Like, really, what needs to be said? 7 stars. Like, not even a question, 7 stars. Like, just between this and this, Crabtoa, Boot and Sunken Seer, like, Rogue by far has the best Voyage, the Sunken City set of cards. And then finally, Pirate Admiral Hook Tusk, 8 mana 8/8. If you summon 8 other pirates this game, plunder the enemy, 1-star card, it's bad. You're not going to summon 8 pirates. Like, there's pirates, there's not going to be 8 pirates. So, bad. Alright. Anyway, that's Rogue. So all I've got left, I've got 3 classes left. I've got Shaman, which I really want to talk about. I got Warlock, and I got Warrior. Okay, so I will see you guys for those, the last video. Take care.